Hey everybody, what's up y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Tammy Talks here. Let's go ahead and get into Married at First Sight Season 14 Episode 5. It's not a sure thing. If you're brand new to my channel, I do breakdowns of Married at First Sight, giving each couple their own dedicated video. So if you enjoy that type of content, go ahead, subscribe to the channel. We are almost at 3,000 subscribers, so let's go ahead and subscribe, y'all. Thumbs up the video, hop into the comment section so we can talk about everything that went on in the episode. So let's talk Steve and Noi. Is it Noi or Noe? Have I been saying it wrong this whole time? Okay, so Noi and Steve, they wake up, they both feel extremely comfortable with each other. They're doing morning kisses. They're saying as long as it's closed mouth, we can do morning breath kisses. Steve said he loves waking up. So they're having breakfast, and Steve said he loves waking up on the ocean when he finds like a campsite so he can see like the sunrise. Noi said, I don't like camping or being outdoors like that. Basically, I don't want to sleep outside. And Steve looks like horrified because Steve likes being outside and doing adventurous things like that. So he asks her like, what don't you like about camping? And she said that, there's no showers and there's no plumbing. And he's like, well, sometimes there are some. And she was like, I don't want to sleep outside. So he tells her that he wants them to, go camping by the ocean at least once. And she was like, yeah, as long as there's, like a lodge or something. Basically, she's not going to do it. And she don't seem like she's going to bend on that fact. Now, while some people think there's not a big difference, I think that is. Because I feel like people that like to camp. And people that don't. I am not a camper. I'm not sleeping outside. I'm not doing all that with all them bugs and in nature. That's not for me. But if that's something that Steve really, really likes and Steve enjoys, that's going to be kind of hard for them to try to navigate if that's not something that Noi actually, enjoys doing. So they go on like a little picnic date, and they talk about how comfortable they are with one another, already even talking about pooping in front of one another. Like, they just have this really good sense of familiarity with each other, which is really, really good because we see so many couples that kind of never even reach that. So Noi has said that she has never dated anyone where she feels disconnected with someone this early already. So she's in her confessional, right? And then she says that she is falling in love with Steve already. It has been 3 days. So Noi sees Steve because he's waiting to the side. She walks over to him, y'all, and the way that I cringed. She goes over to him. And she said, Steve, I was just in my confessional, and I just kind of told them, how things are going with us and how I feel about you. And I told them that I'm starting to really fall in love with you. And it's like, I'm falling for you, Steve. Steve said, okay. I didn't want to laugh, y'all. But the way that Steve said, okay, I said, you're not going to get that reciprocated, girl. So he said, well, yeah, we have really strong feelings for one another, but it's only been 3 days. We're still getting to know each other. Steve was initially looking at her like, this heifer's crazy. I do feel like it was too much. It was too much for her to say at that time. I don't know if it's lust. I don't know if Noi is like, I don't know, but I feel like it was too much too soon, and I think it kind of scared Steve a little bit. So they're all on the boat hanging out with everyone, and Noi tells the girls that she told Steve that she was falling in love with him. When I tell you, they all looked at her like this, because it's like, it's been 3 days. It has been 3 days, Noi. But she's comfortable with it. Meanwhile, Steve is talking to the guys, and he tells them, she tells me it's only, she's falling in love with me. It's only been 3 days. Because he don't know what to do. And he's like, it's a lot. It's a little too much. It's almost way too much. So I'm like, y'all really aren't on the same page just yet. Not just yet. So they're playing Never Have I Ever, and Steve admits to cheating in the past. So this is what got me all the way confused. So Nori said, well, that's not a good, that's not good to find out kind of on the first, like, dinner date. Like, wow. This isn't good to find out on the honeymoon, basically. So when they're on the dinner date, he tells her that after they talked about their feelings earlier, he feels that she was being very disconnected. And he's wondering, like, what happened? Did something happen? She says that she was taken aback because that's not what she expected to hear back. He tells her, again, it has only been 3 days. It has literally only been 3 days. So I don't know what's going on with Noi. I don't know why she is like rushing this. I don't know why she was shocked that he didn't necessarily reciprocate what she said. It's been 3 days. I get that y'all are married, but it's been 3 days. I'm going to keep repeating 3 days because that's what Steve was like saying in his mind. So he told her, look, we don't even know each other fully just yet. We're still learning each other. We don't know, like, everything about each other for us to even feel comfortable with, like, our backgrounds, our histories, our fears, you know what I mean? So for you to come in and say that you're falling in love, I can't say that back to you because I'm not there. You know, that's something that I kind of take care of. I like to take my time with saying that word. That word is precious to me. I think far too often on these shows in general, they use the term love loosely. We saw that Lindsay said that she was falling in love with Mark, only for 2 hours later for her to be pissed at him. You know what I mean? And like pissed to the point of now she's ready to fall back from the marriage. So, but then, so Noi, it's like, I understand that. I get that. So they're talking. So now they're like, well, let's get to know each other, right? So they're talking, and they're talking about the Never Have I Ever. And he was like, so, I put my finger down for that, did you? Because you cut your eyes at me. Noi said, yeah, I put my finger down too, because I cheated in the past as well. So, Noi, why is it concerning for you if you cheated as well? So they both tell the stories. They were both in their like late teens, early 20s, cheated on like their first relationships. It just isn't as big of a deal as you cheated on somebody when you were 17, 18 years old. It happens. But when you're, like Steve said, if you did that in your 20s, cool. But now in our 30s, I would have an issue with that. So we're getting to know each other more. Now we can grow into love, Noi. So they're at the pool later for like a little date, and Noi asked Steve if he likes kissing her. And she was like on the scale of 1 to 100. And I said, she gonna be this type of person. So he told her when it's just us two, it's close to 100. When the camera's around, it's more like 50. So then they do a little more kissing, whatever the case. But then she asked him again, so how much do you like me on a scale of 1 to 100? And I said, Noi, girl, stop it. It's giving thirst. It's giving desperate. You done already got the man. Y'all, this is your husband. Slow down. Get to know him. Figure out what works for y'all, what doesn't work for y'all, what y'all got going. But don't do this. And he even said, okay, everything is 0 to 100. Don't ask no more 0 to 100 questions. No more. Don't ask no more, Noi. But let me know how you guys felt about this episode. Do you think Noi is moving way too fast? How'd you feel about Steve's response to her? Like, let's get to know each other more. It has only been 3 days. I can't say that I love you just yet. I know her face got cracked with the okay, but sometimes our face gets cracked when we say things that we probably shouldn't have so soon. If you have not already subscribed to the channel, check out the other 4 videos from the other couples tonight, and catch you guys in the next one.